around 9 years old, I started shooting 22s at pop cans off my grandpa's back porch. And that's when it started, you know, seeing that first time, seeing the can, all the water come out of it and explode. That was when I found out I liked shooting.
We would go to the family hunting camp in this backwoods A-frame. My sister and I would sit outside and shoot pop cans and see who could hit more.
I always enjoyed shooting, always enjoyed being in the backyard with my BB gun or, you know, pellet rifle after a while, shooting soda cans, targets, pine cones, you know, pretty much anything I could find to shoot at, and I would try to make, you know, 50-yard shots with a pellet gun, you know, crazy type stuff.
Target shooting is one of the world's most popular participation sports. It is practiced by hundreds of millions of men and women in 150 nations or more all over the world. The modern Olympic Games started in 1896 in Athens, Greece, with 3 pistol and 2 high-power rifle events. The founder of the modern Olympic Games, Baron Perry de Coubertin, was a 7-time French pistol champion. Looking back at the growth and popularity of the Olympic shooting sports since 1972 Munich Olympic Games, shooting was the 3rd most participated Olympic sport, with 71 countries participating, led by athletics with 104 and boxing with 80 countries participating. Shooting has been consistently the 3rd most participated sport until the 2012 London Games. 204 countries participated in the 2012 London Olympic Games. Shooting maintained its popularity as the 4th most participated sport, with 108 countries participating, led by athletics, swimming, and judo. More than half of the countries that participated in the 2012 London Olympic Games participated in the shooting sports events. Since the 1972 Olympics, Olympic shooting sports has increased participation. An increased number of participating countries from 71 to 108 countries, and an increase in number of women competing in shooting, growing from 4 to 159 at the London Olympic Games. The U.S. Olympic shooting team has won 53 gold, 29 silver, 25 bronze, for a total of 107 Olympic medals since the first Olympic Games. There are 15 Olympic shooting events, 5 in rifle, 5 in pistol, and 5 in shotgun. Like in all sports, achieving Olympic level in shooting requires dedication and practice. Shooters are athletes that build proper technique, practice it to a natural level, and then execute it on demand, under pressure, with precision and consistency. There are 5 Olympic pistol events: men's and women's 10-meter air pistol, women's 25-meter sport pistol, men's 25-meter rapid-fire pistol, and men's 50-meter free pistol. Only open iron sights are allowed in Olympic pistol events. Also, the shooter must be in a standing position without any support. The pistol is held and fired with one hand only. There are strict rules that apply to the overall size of the pistol, trigger pull, weight, and the pistol grip design in all events. .177 caliber precision air pistols are used in men's and women's air pistol events. The .177 caliber lead pellet is propelled with compressed air. The target is placed 10 meters, less than 33 feet from the firing point, with a center 10 ring of only 11.5 millimeters. The course of fire for the men's air pistol event is 60 shots fired in 1 hour and 45 minutes for a total maximum score of 600 points. A world competitive score for men's air pistol starts with a score of 583 or better. The course of fire for the women's air pistol event is 40 shots fired in 1 hour and 15 minutes for a total maximum score of 400 points. A world competitive score for women's air pistol starts with a score of 384 or better.
5 out of 5 for Sanderson. That is, I'm sure, makes you very happy.
Rapid fire is a men's pistol event. A 5-shot semi-automatic 22 caliber pistol is used with open iron sights. 22 caliber long rifle bullets are used in rapid-fire pistols. Shooting must start from the ready position. In the ready position, the shooter's arm must point downward at an angle of no greater than 45 degrees from the vertical in preparation for firing the shot. 5 targets are placed side by side 25 meters from the firing line. The center 10 ring is 100 millimeters in diameter. The rapid-fire pistol event is 60 competition shots divided into 2 stages of 30 shots each. Each stage is subdivided into 6 series of 5 shots each. 2 series in 8 seconds, 2 series in 6 seconds, and 2 series in 4 seconds. A total maximum score of 600 points is possible. A competitive world-class score for rapid-fire pistols starts with a score of 582 or better. In each series, 1 shot is fired at each of the 5 targets in a specified time limit for the series. The timing requirement is enforced by using turning targets or green and red lights for starting and stopping a shooting series. Before each series, the shooter must lower their arm and adopt the ready position. The targets will turn and face the shooter, or the green lights come on. The rapid-fire pistol may be raised at the moment the targets begin to face, or the green light comes on. 25-meter sport pistol is a women's event. A 5-shot semi-automatic 22 caliber pistol is used with iron open sights. 22 caliber long rifle bullets are used in women's sport pistol. The target is placed 25 meters from the firing point. The sport pistol event is 60 competition shots divided into 2 stages of 30 shots each. A precision stage with a center 10 ring of 50 millimeters in diameter, and rapid fire stage with a center 10 ring of 100 millimeters in diameter. The precision stage is 30 shots of 6 5-shot series. Each 5-shot series is limited to 5 minutes. The rapid fire stage is 30 shots of 6 5-shot series. The target is exposed for 3 seconds for each shot in each series, with 7 seconds in between the shots. Shooting must start from the ready position for each shot in the series. The timing requirement is enforced by using turning targets or green and red lights for starting and stopping at each series. A total maximum score of 600 points is possible. A competitive world-class score for women's sport pistols starts with a score of 582 or better. The 50-meter free pistol event is a men's event. As the name implies, the pistol is basically free of any rules or regulations, except that it must be safe to shoot, use only open iron sights, and 22 caliber. The target is placed 50 meters from the firing line. The center 10 ring is 50 millimeters in diameter. The free pistol event is 60 competition shots fired with a 2-hour time limit. A total maximum score of 600 points is possible. A competitive world-class score for free pistol starts with a score of 560 or better.
When I actually started off shooting rifle first, I was interested in the pistol a little bit more. My dad, gave me a few pointers, worked with me for a week or so before the junior competition, and I happened to win the state title that year and got invited to come out to Colorado Springs to shoot the National Junior Olympic Championships. At 15 years old, when you come out to here and you see this place and you're shoulder to shoulder against, the best junior competition in the country, it kind of makes you want to keep doing it and go, wow, this is fun. My last eligible competition as a junior, I won a junior national championship, and that put me on the national development team, which allowed me to apply to become a resident athlete out here at the Olympic Training Center. It took me a couple of years of hard training to evolve and actually make a team. My first international team that I made was the 1998 World Championships in Barcelona. From that point on, I've been to every World Championship since then. Too many World Cups to count, Olympic Games, Pan Am Games. Shooting, I think, is a lot different than any other sport. It's developed over time. It takes experience. You definitely need to put the work in and to focus during your training to be able to get to that level. It's definitely doable as long as you have the patience and the hard work. The bronze medal that I won in 2008 at the Olympics in air pistol, that has to be my best moment. To me, there's no other feeling in the world. To know that you have worked that hard and put in that much effort and have won, that is definitely something special.
There are 5 Olympic rifle events: men's and women's 10-meter air rifle, men's and women's 50-meter 3-position rifle, and men's 50-meter rifle prone event. There are men's and women's air rifle events. They use precision .177 caliber air rifles with micro-adjustable metallic sights, special shooting jackets, pants, and shoes. A .177 caliber lead pellet is used in these precision air rifles. There are strict rules that apply to the overall size of the rifle, weight, and accessories attached to the rifle. The target is placed 10 meters, less than 33 feet from the firing point, with a center 10 dot of only half a millimeter. The course of fire for the men's air rifle event is 60 shots fired in 1 hour and 45 minutes for a total maximum score of 600 points. The competitive world-class score for men's air rifle is 597. The course of fire for the women's air rifle event is 40 shots fired in 1 hour and 15 minutes for a total maximum score of 400 points. A competitive world-class score for women's air rifle is 398. There are men's and women's 3-position 50-meter rifle events. They use precision .22 caliber rifles with micro-adjustable metallic sights, shooting mats, spotting scopes, rifle stands, shooting jackets, pants, and shoes. A .22 caliber long rifle bullet is used in these precision Olympic rifles. There are strict rules that apply to the overall size of the rifle, weight, and accessories. The target is placed 50 meters from the firing point with a center 10 ring of only 10.4 millimeters. The course of fire for the men's event is 120 competitive shots. 40 shots prone fired in 1 hour, 40 shots standing fired in 1 hour and 30 minutes, 40 shots kneeling fired in 1 hour and 15 minutes, for a total maximum number of 1,200 points. A competitive world-class score for men's 50-meter 3-position rifle is 1175. The course of fire for the women's 50-meter 3-position rifle event is 60 competitive shots, 20 shots prone, 20 shots standing, and 20 shots kneeling, fired in 2 hours and 30 minutes. A competitive world-class score for women's 50-meter 3-position rifle is 585. The men's 50-meter rifle prone event uses precision .22 caliber rifles with micro-adjustable metallic sights, shooting mats, spotting scopes, shooting jackets, and pants. A .22 caliber long rifle bullet is used in these precision Olympic rifles. There are strict rules that apply to the overall size of the rifle, weight, and accessories. The target is placed 50 meters from the firing point. The center 10 ring is 10.4 millimeters in diameter. The 50-meter prone rifle event is 60 competition shots. A total maximum score of 600 points is possible. A competitive world-class score is 598.
I had an Olympic dream my entire life. I was the kid on summer vacation who sat inside the hotel and watched the Olympic Games instead of building sandcastles and playing in the ocean. That was it. I told everybody, I'm going to the Olympics. I'm winning a gold medal someday. And I didn't have a sport. I didn't have a specific idea. You know, I watched the gymnasts on TV every year, and I watched the ice skating, all the things I think little girls watch at the Olympics, and ended up looking at rifle programs because I had some experience with that. I got the crash course in equipment. Here's a kneeling roll. I'd never seen the kneeling position. Here's this jacket and pants and all this stuff. So I went to school in Kentucky and Played for Kentucky for 4 years in college and learned a lot because I really didn't know anything when I got there. I just knew that I had an Olympic dream and I was willing to work hard. So my senior year, I qualified for the World Cup season in the fall for the following spring. And so after I made the national team, I really started talking to Dave, the national coach, a lot about how it is that you get to be a resident and what that's like. Do I really want to put my life on hold? So I've been here at the Olympic Training Center for 4 years almost. It just doesn't get any better. I think it's exactly what I was looking for all those years as a little kid. Do I have fun? Am I filled with joy and excitement over winning the World Championship and the successes I've had? Yes. Am I ever really satisfied? Was that shot completely, totally perfect? Can I learn more? No. I want an Olympic medal. I want a gold one. I would settle for a silver or bronze probably, but it would keep me around for a gold one. There's just no other pinnacle of human achievement that is comparable to that.
There are 5 Olympic shotgun events: men's and women's international skeet, men's and women's international trap, and men's international double trap. International shotgun targets are round clay discs 110 millimeters in diameter and 25 millimeters in height. The average speed of the targets is 60 miles per hour for international skeet and 72 miles per hour for international trap. International skeet events use clay targets thrown from a high house on the left side of the field and a low house on the right side of the field, with targets crossing overhead in the center of the field. There are 8 shooting positions situated in a U shape facing towards the open shooting field, with position 8 directly in the center of the open U. The targets from both houses are consistent, so the angles and difficulty is changed by the shooters moving around the U-shaped shooting stations. All types of smoothbore shotguns, including semi-automatics, may be used provided they do not exceed 12 gauge. All skeet shooters must start their shot with the butt of their shotgun off the shoulder and down at waistline. When the target appears, they are allowed to raise their shotgun to the shoulder and fire. The course of fire for the men's international skeet event is 125 competitive shots in rounds of 25 for a total maximum number of 125 points. A competitive world-class score for men's international skeet is 123. The course of fire for women's international skeet event is 75 competition shots in rounds of 25. A competitive world-class score for women's international skeet is 71. International trap events use clay targets thrown from a bunker that contains 3 trap machines for each of the 5 firing points. Trap targets are thrown inside 45 degrees to left and right. They also vary in height from 1 to 3 meters, and all targets are thrown 76 meters in distance. This causes all the targets to be slightly different speeds, varying from 65 to 75 miles per hour. All international trap shooters start with the butt of the shotgun on the shoulder and ready to engage the target. When they are ready, they call for the target and shoot when it appears from the bunker. Shooters are allowed 2 shots at each target, counting the same whether you hit it on the first or the second shot or both. All types of smoothbore shotguns, including semi-automatics, may be used provided they do not exceed 12 gauge. The course of fire for the men's international trap event is 125 competition shots in rounds of 25 for a total maximum number of 125 points. A competitive world-class score for men's international trap is 121. The course of fire for the women's international trap event is 75 competition shots in rounds of 25. A competitive world-class score is 70. International double trap is a men's event and uses clay targets thrown from a trap bunker that uses 3 trap machines. 2 targets are thrown from the center of the bunker. Shooters rotate from shooting station number 1 to shooting station number 5. The average speed of the clay target thrown is 55 miles per hour. All types of smoothbore shotguns, including semi-automatics, may be used provided they do not exceed 12 gauge. All international double trap shooters start with the butt of the shotgun on the shoulder and ready to engage the target. When they are ready, they call for the target and shoot when 2 clays appear from the center of the bunker. The International Double Trap event is 150 competition shots in rounds of 50. The total maximum number of points is 150. A competitive world-class score is 142.
Well, I got started when I was 11 years old. I grew up in a small town in Michigan. My brother used to shoot and then my neighbor, and they were trying to come up with a 5-man team. So they only had 4 and they needed a 5th person. So after asking all their buddies, they couldn't find anybody that wanted to do it. So my brother was doing it and I piped up and I'm like, I'll try it. So when we went to nationals, Kim Rohde, who was an Olympic medalist, she actually spoke to the kids. She was a great promoter of the sport and she said that there was such a thing as Olympic shooting. So I was thrilled by the idea because I loved traveling the country shooting, and then the idea and thought of actually getting to travel the world, I was all about that. So I wanted to know what could I do to take it to the next level and start shooting towards the Olympics. Me and my brother, we both got selected to come out here. I came up here starting January 2009. So since then, I've been able to travel, go lots of places, and haven't looked back. So I've been to Cairo, Egypt. I took a bronze medal in Cairo at my first World Cup, so that was exciting. And then I went to San Marino that same summer. And then in 2010, I went to Munich, Germany. And then actually this past November, a couple months ago, I went to Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. 5 years ago, I would have never thought that my first match, and then now that I'd be living at the Olympic Training Center when I came here 5 years ago for a camp, and I just thought it was the coolest thing. And now I'm living here as an athlete, and things are looking pretty good for the next Olympics.
To make the Olympic international shooting sports more exciting to spectators, a finals event takes place after the qualifying competition. The top 8 rifle and pistol competitors and the top 6 in shotgun events are identified by their scores. In rifle and pistol, when electronic targets are available, all 8 competition targets are displayed electronically for spectators to watch, shot by shot. In rifle, air, and free pistol, the final is a 10-shot series and scores are measured in tenths of a point. A dead center 10 would be scored as a 10.9. After shooting the final, the score is added to their qualifying score and winners are identified. As an example, an athlete who shot a 5th place qualifying score could shoot an outstanding final and become the winner of the competition.
I didn't really know that competitive shooting was a sport until I was about 14. I was fortunate enough to get pretty good pretty quick, and I was able to make the national development team in '97, so I'd only been shooting for about a year and a half. That kind of opened up some more doors. I had access to the national coach, was able to learn a whole lot more. I was also invited to a national junior camp in the summer of '97, and that was really instrumental in my development. The things that I learned at that camp really propelled me forward in a really positive way. Every morning we would have some shooting time, and then in the afternoons we'd have classroom time. And one day Dave was doing a presentation on the Olympic path. And he wrote on a chalkboard and said, okay, every year there are 4 World Cups and there are these selection competitions. This is how you make the national team, this is how you go to the World Cups, and this is how you progress to the Olympics. And once I saw everything up there on a blackboard, I said, oh, okay, that looks pretty cool. I can do that. And that's kind of when I got the notion to try to really push for the Olympics. I won the World Championships on July 4th, and I tell you, at that point, that was my biggest victory. I had a 5.96. I walked into the final in 2nd place, 2 points out of 1st. And I remember walking into the final thinking, I can do this. It's windy. I've already had 60 shots of training. I can do this. I'm going to shoot a good final. And I felt really good about it, and I did. I shot a great final. I think it was the highest final of the 8 finalists. After the 10th shot, I looked over at the big monitor, and I saw my face up there, and I said, oh, that's cool. I wonder if I won. And then after that, the scores popped up, and I saw that I was in 1st place. And I just jumped up out of position and just raised my gun over my head and said, oh, man, it was just a huge relief and just feeling of everything you can imagine that's good. All the work that I'd been doing was paying off. And seeing the flag go up that day, and especially on Independence Day, that was something I'll never forget. So cool. My first Olympics was Athens 2004. January 2004, I moved down here to Colorado to prepare for the Athens Games. And yeah, it was great. It was we did a lot of work that year. Dave and I worked, really hard together on improving my finals so that I could be successful, so that I could be tougher in competition, and it worked. It was a wonderful experience. I think your first Olympics is something that you'll always cherish. A lot of people think that, they look for the Cinderella story, like, hey, if I train really hard for maybe a year or two, I can make the Olympic team and go to the Olympics. Well, maybe you can. Now, if you do want to take it to the highest level, there's a whole lot of work that goes into it. I'm not going to, joke about it or anything like that. It's fun work. It's work that I love to do. But it's you're going to have to make a lot of sacrifices, but at the same time, those sacrifices are worth it, because the things that you get in return are going to fulfill you just as much as the things you might have to give up. But I always believe that if you want it bad enough, you can certainly do it. Just work smart, and eventually dreams come true. I believe they do.
Paralympic sports are for people with physical disabilities. Originally developed in England for World War II veterans with spinal cord injuries, the Paralympic Games have grown rapidly and are now an elite international sport competition emphasizing athletes' athletic achievements. The Paralympic Games are closely linked to the Olympic Games. They are held in the same host city shortly after the Olympics are over, use most of the same sport venues, and the Olympic Village. Many of the Olympic sports have a Paralympic counterpart. In 2008 in Beijing, nearly 4,000 athletes from 146 countries competed in 20 different sports. Paralympic shooting provides 12 events very similar to Olympic events. They include 8 for rifle and 4 for pistol, both having events for .22 caliber firearms and .177 caliber air guns. They even use the same Olympic rules for the guns, targets, ranges, and most of the equipment and courses of fire. Only the air rifle prone event is unique to the Paralympic program. Shooting sports for the disabled are usually very easy to add to an existing shooting sports program. A disabled person can often shoot alongside able-bodied friends, relatives, and competitors. In some instances, an athlete may even be eligible for both the Olympic and Paralympic Games. Disabled athletes compete in nearly all events run by USA Shooting, NRA, and numerous other shooting sports organizations. Some rehabilitation facilities, or groups such as Paralyzed Veterans of America, have organized shooting programs for people they serve. While not currently on the Paralympic Games program, numerous athletes also compete in shotgun events, and some programs are set up to help visually impaired people shoot. If you are involved in target shooting, we encourage you to consider reaching out to the disabled people in your area to get them involved in our great sport. The disabled can learn all of the skills mentioned earlier, and the frequent feedback provided by the target can be an amazingly effective rehabilitation tool.
Competitive rifle shooting has helped me overcome my injury. It gives me something to work on every day, and I want to be the best in the world. It gives me a reason to get out of bed every day and strive to be the best. So days that I'm not feeling, kind of feeling sorry for myself, I go to the range and it helps me overcome those things.
You do not have to know all the details and rules to get started. Adapt to the disability as you are able, with the equipment you already have on the range. You may open a door to one of the most rewarding things you have ever done.
I started shooting when I was about 10 years old. Me and my dad went to an outdoor expo, and they had an air rifle station set up with about 10 air guns, and you'd pay $1, shoot 10 shots. And my dad said if I shot one center shot out of 10, that he would buy me my first BB gun. Just so happened on the 10th shot, I shot a center and got real excited. He bought me a Daisy air rifle, pump action air rifle. I tried to go shoot all day long until I couldn't shoot anymore. I joined the Army when I was 17. Left for basic when I was 18. That's when I first started shooting as far as military shooting. More of the silhouette stuff than the bullseye type shooting. After my first deployment to Iraq when I was injured, one of the activities that the occupational therapy people would do is they took us on various hunting trips, and also we got to go sporting clay shooting. My first time ever, I hit 49 out of 50, and it just so happened the Army Marksmanship unit called up to Walter Reed and asked if anybody would be interested in possibly becoming a competitive rifle marksman for the Army and also marksmanship instructor. I won my first medal in 2009 in Bad Orb, Germany. Then from there we drove to Volnay-le-Mine, France to shoot the French Grand Prix. I was fortunate to win another medal there. And then one more match in Spain that year, I won another medal. So I was on a roll there for quite a while, and then ended up finishing out the year in Sydney, Australia at the Oceanic Games and won one more medal. Winning my first medal, it was, I thought I had a pretty good performance. When they announced that I was the champion of the match from the United States, and said my name, it was pretty awesome. It was a great experience. And hearing our national anthem played, and our flag raised above everyone else, it's an experience I don't think can ever be matched.
The shooting sports are just like any other sport, except size, speed, sex, and natural ability do not determine success.
Can I be that good? Can I really go that far? Well, I'm the kind of person that believes that if you want something bad enough, you'll find a way to make it work.
I think anybody can be this good. I think this is about systematic hard work.
If I could have any attribute of shooting that's the most important, it's just hard work.
You can start as young as you want if you can safely handle and shoot a gun. As determined by a certified coach, participation can continue beyond 80 years old. It is a true sport for life. Competitive shooting teaches valuable life skills and improves academic performance. Athletes learn self-control, self-discipline, emotional control, responsibility, concentration, goal setting, teamwork, leadership, self-esteem, and the rewards of hard work.
Anybody who puts their heart and mind towards something and they really believe they can do it, they can make things happen.
Olympic international shooting sports are one of the safest of all sports due to the rigorous enforcement of safety rules and training of coaches and athletes. Today, there are numerous opportunities for the youth in America to be introduced to the shooting sports. Some shoot for fun and recreation, some shoot because they enjoy the competition.
Don't quit until you've won something, because guarantee you, once you win something, you won't want to stop. It's addictive.
How does it feel to win an Olympic quota place for your country?
It's awesome. Yeah, it's awesome. I mean, I wanted anything, to help out my country. Make the Olympics is just awesome. So yeah, I'm excited.
If you love it, don't give up. Never give up no matter what. Don't ever give up on yourself. Just keep going. Dreams do come true. I guarantee it.
Then there are those few who work hard and make the Olympic shooting team, proudly representing their country and having the national anthem played in their honor as they stand on the winner's platform.
I was just so ecstatic to have walked away with a medal and to have represented my country.
The best part of everything was standing up on the podium and getting the gold medal draped around my neck and watching the flag being raised and listening to the national anthem. It was a dream come true.
And there is nothing like standing on the podium hearing your national anthem played for you. I mean, that is the coolest thing ever.